The moment you want to give up could also be the moment you want to change. It's kind of like a make or break situation. Like, the cause for change is something that you have to strongly, like, internally decide for yourself. And sometimes, yeah, there could be people that just have the ability to just change, like, just like that. Like, they could just be like, I'm gonna start doing this thing differently. Like, I'm just gonna do it because I can and because it's better for me. But for some people, like, some of their actions, their habits, their thoughts, like, their, like, process or cycle or, like, routine they hold, it could be so deeply entrenched within them, or so like embedded within, like, who they are, and like they literally attribute that and connect it with their own identity, to where, like, they could say they want to change, or like, I can do this differently, or like, I can make a change, but like, because these, like, already set habits and actions are so, like, deeply entrenched with this person's identity and just this, like, person's routine, it could actually be like, it could be almost impossible for some people to, like, genuinely change. But like, if you're in a position where you feel like you can't change, and like, you're kind of just, like, stagnant, like, you're not really changing anything about you as a person or your life, well, the only thing you can really do is give it effort, of course. But like, here's like the most important part when you try to, like, make a change, or like put in the work and effort to, like, change yourself, or like just change anything about your life. It's that, like, change, like, it's hard because, like, it could be uncomfortable, it could be doing something, like, you don't, like, usually do something you're not comfortable with. Change could mean, like, change could mean facing or making like, even the smallest decision, like making a smallest difference in even, like, the smallest decision in your day, like little things like that, like, over time, it kind of teaches yourself that, like, I can do this thing differently, and I can slowly approach myself, like, approach towards becoming, like, a new, better, more grown version of myself. But I feel like the moments where change is the most effective is actually the moments where you feel like change is the most impossible. And like, what I mean by this is, like, it's kind of like, working out, I guess, or just doing, like, like, your last set on an exercise. It's like, to build muscle, you have to signal to your brain that, like, oh, we need to strengthen the neural pathways to this, like, specific muscle, so we can perform this exercise better. Like, we need to, like, not only recover our muscle fibers, but also, like, reinforce it so we have the strength to actually do the exercise. And in order for that to happen, you have to go through something called failure. And failure is basically, in terms of, like, exercising, I guess, it's basically where you keep doing, like, repetitions of an exercise, but at some point, like, you're gonna reach a point where you just, like, feel like you can't do one more, and it's like, on that last rep, you're trying, like, really hard to, like, push, like, you're trying to really finish that, but like, you just can't. But like, that is, like, the most pivotal moment in terms of muscle, where, like, your muscle, like, it sort of signals to your brain that we need to, like, reinforce this muscle, like, make it stronger. Like, this is where the growth happens in your muscle. And that same thing applies to your character, your resilience, and just, like, your own perception or beliefs about yourself. Like, the moments where you feel like you'll break and, like, you'll actually give up, those are the moments that can make or break your character, or your development to become someone new or like better, or just to become a person who realizes like I can really do this, like I can genuinely do this, like I can really handle like this new like thing I'm uncomfortable with. It's not as bad as I think. I can do this. And like a personal like experience I say I would have had with this is okay, so in my like 3 years of being in high school, like I haven't joined any clubs before. Like I'm a junior right now, and like this is the year that I joined like any clubs, and I basically joined VSA, which is like a Vietnamese Student Association K-pop dance club. Like I joined a bunch of dance clubs basically, okay, and then like this is my first time ever joining a club, let alone like a club about dance. And I just joined it because I like dancing, so I was like, why not? But the thing I signed up for was to perform on stage. Like it was like a performance I had to do on stage, and like I have never done a performance like once in my life. Like this is like a first for me. And like I wouldn't even say I was scared, but like I was definitely unsure about my ability to perform well on stage. So the first few times I went to those meets, well, like when I went to those club meetings, like first of all, everyone else already knew each other. Like they were familiar with each other, with the dance, with like how all of this works. So they all got it locked down. But like me, on the other hand, I'm like really new to all this. I just like barely managed to like squeeze into this group, and like I don't even know what I'm doing. And another really bad thing was that I'm actually not good at. I'm only good at dancing, like making my own moves, just like busting moves on a random afternoon. But like I am not good at memorizing moves. And this entire performance, I mean, performances, it's mostly about like memorizing moves, like the choreography. So to make it even worse, like the to make it even worse, like I only went to one meeting, and that was the only like time I actually learned the dance. And like the rest of the dance, I had to like learn it from like another member in that club. But then like even after all that, like literally a day before the performance, one of the dance members, she asked me, like she wanted to check with me. She was like, Tristan, can I check like your progress on the dance? I just want to make sure you got it down. When I hit it, oh, the look on her face was bad, cause like she was like disappointed. She was like, Tristan, what is this, bro? This is not the dance at all. And then like I was so surprised, cause like I did like what the other like member taught me to do. So I was like, bro, but like I thought this was the dance, and like the performance is tomorrow. So like I felt like so cooked then. Like I felt like giving up. And then once I like reached that point where I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Like that's when those like old thoughts started to resurface, where I basically told myself like, oh, I can't do this. I can't actually learn or develop a new like skill, or like be able to like successfully try something. Like I just can't do it. That's just like the person I am, and I'm always just gonna be stuck with my current abilities. Yeah, and that I was just stuck. But like in this moment, like in every other like moment, like a moment similar to this that happened to me in the past, in all of those other times, I would have just given up. Like I would have just given up. I would just been like, okay, this is raps. I can't do this. Like there's no way I can possibly do this in time. Like I'm just gonna drop it. That's what I did every other time, whether it was a sport or like some sort of like program I was in, or some sort of commitment I made with someone. I just like dropped it. But this time I was like, okay, despite all this pressure, and like despite the fact that I have a day to learn the whole dance like on my own, I was just like, you know what? We ball. Like fuck it, we ball. So instead of giving up, I spent I'll tell you, I spent the entire night, the entire afternoon reviewing that entire thing, bro. Like, genuinely, bro, like I don't know any other time when I've been more locked in. And on the day of the performance, when I went up there, I was incredibly nervous. Like, up there, I was like, yeah, let's do it, let's have some fun. But like at the same time, on the inside, like I was like very scared because I feel like I felt like I would like forget the moves. I felt like something would go wrong or I would look weird on stage. But then I just reminded myself like, even if I mess up, even if I look a little funky, the fact that I was able to get down the dance and at least show some form of like choreography and like some form of like being in sync with the other people, or not even that, just being able to perform successfully, like the fact that like I won't just like be on stage like being completely clueless, like that, even that itself wasn't too bad. Like the fact that I was able to learn this and successfully like get to the point where I can actually like finish up what I started. Like I was very proud of that already. So when I went up to perform, I'm not gonna lie, I did pretty bad. Like I can't even lie. But at the very least, it looked like I knew what everyone else in my group was doing. So it didn't look too bad. It also did not look good, but honestly, it was fun. No one's judging. Who cares? But yeah, just the fact that I could get over that, like that kind of taught me like, dang, I can really do, like I can really like finish what I start, and like I can really like commit to and overcome and like learn this new thing. And like in terms of change, I wouldn't say this is anything too like crazy or like imminent for me as a person or development. But like I guess what I'm trying to say here is that in the moments where you feel like you'll give up, like you're just completely done with this, like I can't do this anymore. Like you should first ask yourself like, is this just you reacting like this because of like a more internal belief that like you are stuck with your abilities because in the past, or like because of another reason, like you feel like no matter how hard I try, like I just can't do this, or like there are like reasons why you think you can't change or improve, and like it makes sense. Like in some cases, hold up, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, it makes sense that like you don't believe you can do something because of like past experiences or like certain beliefs that you hold about yourself, like when like it's like the moment where you feel the exact same pressure, the exact same nervousness, the doubt, the hesitation that you feel in those moments where you feel like you just can't do this thing because like you're not going to be able to learn it or complete it or succeed in it. Like just when you face those moments, there are people who are kind of like, you could kind of be like, oh, okay, it's like a similar situation to this. Like in this situation, oh, what should I do? Like I'm not sure. Like I should usually just give up in this position. Like if I've tried so hard, but I still reach this point where it feels like I can't keep going, then maybe it's time to give up. But like, should you really let that thought or like belief dictate that? Cause like, how do you know you've fully given it your all? Like, I feel like you're kind of just holding yourself back from like actually like fulfilling all of the time or opportunities you could put into working on this thing. Like I feel like you actually do have the ability to do it. It's just you never know that you can do it because you don't make that one last push, that one last like excretion of effort to finish this thing. And like yeah, there's like your negative thoughts that are like, ooh, I shouldn't do this for this reason or that reason. Ooh, I shouldn't do this because if I fail, it'll look stupid. Or, ooh, if I like mess this up, like that might just solidify the thought that like I'm just not good at this. Ooh, but like, I mean, those negative thoughts, they could be valid in their own respect. Like, yeah, you might look stupid. Yeah, like if you mess this up, it might mean you're not as good as speaking or doing this thing as you thought you were. But like, yeah, duh, that's gonna exist. That's like a part of every risk or every choice or any action you take in life. Like that's just a part of like the the failure or like unmet expectations you face if something doesn't go the way you want. Of course that's gonna happen because it didn't go the way you want, so duh, it's not gonna be like you'll immediately succeed. But like that doesn't mean you should completely stop yourself from not doing this thing, because we as humans, I think a lot of us limit our abilities and like the things we can do a lot. Like we limit that a lot more than we think. Like there are so many things you could possibly do and like you could try or like at least try or like open yourself up to. It's just like we don't do it just because of these like small little thoughts or beliefs, just saying like, I shouldn't do this. Like give it a try, because you never know, you might genuinely enjoy it. Like just ignore those thoughts for a second and be like, what's a reason I could do this? Or like remind yourself, why did I start this commitment in the first place? Like remind yourself the reason you're doing these things in the first place. Like there's a reason why you're doing this. You're not just doing this for like no reason or to like prove a point. You're doing this because you want to experiment with yourself. You want to like explore something. You want to try something new. You want to see if there's anything else you could add to your life. You want to see if there's something else you could be a part of. You want to see if there is something else you could change. Like if you have a reason to do something, then I want you to strongly follow that reason. Okay, don't doubt the reason. Don't doubt something unless like there's a genuine reason or a genuine like thing that happened that like made you think like, maybe this reason isn't as valid, or like in my case, this reason actually isn't that good of a reason as I thought. But like if there's nothing to doubt about your reason, you should try it. Like don't be so unsure. There's no reason to be unsure, okay? Like for small moments like these with like these self-limiting beliefs, I want you to tell yourself like, what if I can just do this? Like I don't know my own like truth. Like you don't actually know what you're capable of unless you push yourself like that extra step, or like that extra effort, or like just showing up to like one more thing. Like you don't know like what that could do for you. So I guess in this video, what I'm trying to sum up is like in those moments where you feel like giving up, that is when you're given the decision to either continue it, to allow yourself to like one more chance to see if you can really get through this, and like maybe you'll be able to discover that you can do this, or that you can change or be this other person. Like you have that choice to do that. Or you could just give up. You could just be like, I can't do this. Like this is too much. Like I physically cannot continue. But like at the same time, it is also valid if you want to give up, because there are some cases when there are some things you should let go. Like if you continue doing something just to prove a point, or like because you're so like you so strongly believe in this like reason to the point where it's like affecting you negatively, or to a point where you're like completely out of your comfort zone, like you feel like you're pushing yourself way beyond like what you're comfortable with, then you should definitely stop. Like keep a balance between trying something new and just like completely overdoing it. But the what I'm trying to say in this like whole video is basically just try to go for the extra mile. Try to go for the extra bit of effort, because you never know where it could possibly take you. Like it could open you up to so many doors like you never even knew were there. Like genuinely try going that extra mile, because like you don't know what could be behind that. So just try new things, okay? And when you feel like you're gonna give up, I want you to remind yourself, what's the reason I'm doing this in the first place? And then follow that reason. Say like, okay, this is why I want to do it, and I'm gonna keep going because I want to achieve this goal, or I want to discover this thing, or I want to see like if I can do this, see if this is something new that could be a part of me, something that could like add more meaning to my life. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I might make another video tomorrow, but like that depends on if I have any ideas. Like this is sort of on a whim. Like I don't know if you guys noticed in the beginning of the video, but my hair was like pretty messy and dry. Like I was feeling pretty tired today, and today wasn't such a great day. But yeah, I felt like a little better, so that's why I decided to make this video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. You guys should consider subscribing, because I could make more videos where I talk about stuff like this. But other than that, I'm gonna see you all. Adios. See you in the next video.